Good morning. Myself and Bob are out here today digging. We're trying a new little spot. It's kind of like right by like a retention pond. I walked out to where there's some houses are, and I do see signs of that. Let me show you these signs real quick. There is concrete, and over here where the dirt's all away, there's lots of glass. We got stoneware. That is old stoneware. Oyster shells. More oyster shells. I just had a piece of glass that had a lot of nice bubbles in it. There's some old blue glass right here. That's got some bubbles in it. Yeah, I mean, I've dug a bunch of junk in a big washer so far, but I mean, there's like what looks like bottles in the ground, along with a lot of stoneware, so I just kind of want to figure out the age. Kind of hard to tell, but I'm going to poke around and see if there's actually any whole bottles in here, and keep digging. We're bound to find something, at least I hope so. If not, we got other spots that we can go to. Alright, I got my first old thing right here. It's a piece of lead and it's got writing all over it. I can't read a lot of it, but after I clean it up I probably can. It's backwards, so you're gonna have to be imaginative. I think it's a stamp because it is backwards. S-H-O-R-T, shorthand. And then I can't read any of the rest. The rest of it, I mean, it's got writing here, here, and there, and then tiny letters too. I cannot read it all, but that's pretty old right there. That's awesome. It's got that nice writing too. We don't make stuff like this anymore. I did hit it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bumps where it would have like probably been connected to a handle or something, but that's very cool. I like that a lot. Some words are and tray. Yeah, it's all backwards, so you gotta think about that, but it's starting to come through now, but it's backwards. Maybe I'll stamp it or something and we'll see. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. If you can read it, let me know, but I can't right at the moment. Pretty cool right here, folks. Always look in the dirt. Always look in the dirt. That's cool. That is a little porcelain glass button. There's a bunch of glass and stuff. And brick. A lot of brick and glass. That's plastic. This is used very much today still, so this land, but it's a nice old porcelain button right there, and with all this iron and old glass. Wonderful. Alright folks, this was very difficult to get, but I was getting a nice 70s signal, and it's very promising. We found a bunch of junk so far, but we came over by the railroad track. That junk was down by the retention area. I mean, we're still right by the retention pond, but we're up towards the railroad tracks. I was getting a nice good signal. First piece came out was like a big chunk of green glass, and then I got a piece of a teacup, and the teacup is a very good sign. And then way deep down there, old straps of copper. So I think we're either right where the house said it would be, right next to the railroad tracks, or it's part from the railroad, but we could still very easily find some good stuff from the railroad. So very hopeful still that we will find some goodies. So let's get back at her. Alright folks, I've dug about 10 coins from the 1960s. like a 1965 quarter, 1965 dime, 63 penny, 68 dime, all from the 60s. So there's bound to be silver in here, but I just got something a little bit older, so let's check it out. Right down here, that is a harmonica. At least the reed. It's the zinc one, so it's not as old as the kind that were put together with copper and stuff. But the entire harmonica fell in the hole as we got the screws connecting them. Actually, this one might be older, as it's got there's nice bits on there, but there is a little bit of zinc. That's awesome. Harmonica, complete harmonica was dropped here, and the outer skin of it rotted away, and this is what we're left with. Alright folks, well, we gave up on that park. There was just too much junk, so we headed up, and we are at the 1840's site. Bob got the first year Indian head, and I got the two stunning 1865's. First good signal. It's an old piece of copper. Now, I don't think it's anything too special, but it's definitely fancy. It's cut in a fancy shape with like sharp corners and stuff, and it had iron on the backside, so it was affixed to something, I would think. Little piece of copper. We're gonna keep on at it. It's bringing up a 60, so still stuff here. Harmonica reed. Nice old one with the copper. It's a beaut. Again, right in the same vicinity of the pennies. That is part of an old spoon handle. Not sure if it's pewter or not, but that's exactly what it is. An old spoon handle, a piece of it. Well, look what we have here, folks. I got back to Bob, and he's digging old gold. This is his first gold ring. It's definitely gold. It rings a solid 47, 48. And that is old. That sucker is old, old, old. Got a beautiful design. It has a break in the band, and it is not marked. It has one marking, though, in it. That it's got like a cross. Oh my word, that is beautiful. Old gold. Nothing shines like that, looking that old coming out of the ground besides gold. When we get back to my place, I'll test it for him and show you guys what it is. If it's it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not corroded or anything. Man, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Old gold. Doesn't have 1410K or 18 or anything like that, so it's definitely 1800s, I'd say. Old. Wow, that is an amazing find right there. It's a little baby ring. Won't fit on my fingers. Absolutely gorgeous. Congratulations, Bob. Alright, I got something. Already looked at it, so sorry. That is part of a thimble. You can see all the little dots around it. That is a thimble. Very, very cool. Not complete, but part of a thimble nonetheless. It's missing a lot of it, but it was probably plow fields back in the day too, after the house was gone. Wonderful. Holy shnikey, folks, I just found something very good. I found an iron one of these a few weeks ago. That is a lever action off of a rifle. It's a brass one too. Oh man. don't see any markings or anything. That's what it is. Or that might actually have been where the trigger was. I don't know. I think it's a lever action. I can't imagine what else it could possibly be. It might just be the trigger guard. Don't know exactly. That looks like a trigger guard, but that can't really fit your fingers in there for a lever action, so I'm not sure. That's wonderful. Alright folks, we got a nice choppy 70s signal, which is a good sign. Let's check it out. It could just be a harmonic. Nice and choppy. It is not a coin, son of a gun. It's a piece of brass though. Not sure what that is. Probably off of gas or something, I assume. Don't see any markings. I'm surprised we haven't been finding a bunch of buttons, especially at a site from the 1850s and 40s. Figured there'd be buttons everywhere. Alright, good sign. Well, Bob is killing me today. He's got gold and now he's got silver. He got a tiny little pin. Beautiful silver pin. Said it was super deep and under a root. That is definitely silver. Wow. That is awesome. What a amazing day. Old gold and old silver. You can't really beat that, folks. That's awesome. Alright, we're going to see what carat Bob's ring is. So, let me give a couple scratches on here. It's absolutely gold. I mean, it's scratching so good. We'll do 3. Start with 10 carat. Absolutely 10 carat. How about 14 carat? It is 14 carat. How about 18 carat? I doubt it'll be 18, but it could be. You know what? It might be holding. I don't know. I think it's 18 carat at least. I don't think it'll ever be 24 carat, but let's give it another scratch. Or 22 carat, I mean. Yeah, it's starting to disappear on the 22 carat, but I'd say it's somewhere in between 18 and 22 carat. That's pretty crazy, because there's still a little bit left on that 22, but 18's still there, 14's still there, and 10's still there. We got some 18 carat to 22 carat gold. Woohoo! That is some pure stuff right there. Wowzers, awesome. It's wrap-up time, folks. I didn't do too well today, but Bob sure did pretty good. He got some really good finds. Let's go over this stuff, why don't we? Here's a majority of all my junk. Tons of shotgun shells and stuff. That's the junk. Oh, there's a couple pieces of brass in here I'm going to keep, but let's move over here. Got a nice piece of copper. Here's the parts of the gun with the lever action and stuff. I think that might be a toy. We got a stripped piece of copper. Got a washer. This thing, a lot of words are starting to come through now that it's dried out. Can't quite read them all yet, but I know it's from Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky. It's everything's backwards and some of it's upside down, so it's kind of hard to tell, but that's one of my favorite finds, absolutely. Got a couple harmonica reeds, 3 harmonica reeds. But there's my lead. Got part of a old spoon handle, brass piece. This lighting is terrible. Bunch of clad, all from the 1960s. Got our button, a weird rimfire, centerfire looking thing. And yeah, this is a really cool piece. I think that's a lock slide. Yeah, that's a lock slide off of an old padlock. This thing, I'm not sure what that is. Part of a thimble. A couple musket balls and stuff. Let's move on up to Bob's stuff up here. He got the big boy shotgun shell. Got the top of like a marijuana pipe. A big old fired musket ball. And he got his silver pin and his gold ring. When I get home, I'm going to test it for him. But I'm positive that's gold. We're just going to find out what carat. No idea what carat it is, but that is fancy old gold for like a little baby. So, hope you enjoyed this hunt. It's good to get back up here, and we'll see you on the next. Thanks for watching.